Hello again, everybody. Rick McBride with Century 21 McBride Realty Group. Here to talk about foreclosure. We're talking about rentals.
Yes.
How you can buy rentals. Foreclosure would be one way. We'll get to that. All right. But we're here to talk about buying rentals. Yesterday we said now's a good time because prices are down a little bit. Today we want to talk about how you can do it. You're like, oh, I can't afford that. I can't do that. I can't. Yes, you can. Believe it or not, you can. I don't care if you got a dime in your pocket, you can. We bought our first properties without a dime in our pocket. Not one, and we did it. First of all, say hi to Paola. She's over there working hard, as always. And Sarah's monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions, put them in comments, and she'll fire it up for us. All right, first of all, how do you buy a rental? Well, obviously you can pay cash. But if you have the cash laying around, not a bad way. But if you pay cash for one $200,000 property, how many properties do you have, Destiny?
One.
One.
Oh.
Okay? But if you take that same cash and you put, say, $30,000 down on, I don't even know what that means, 6 properties, then all of a sudden you own 6 properties, not just one. So there's all kinds of ways to buy property. If you're one of these people that doesn't want any debt, okay, I get it. But it's not debt, it's leverage. There's a difference. Debt is you take your credit card and you charge your credit card and fill out and deal with that guy. You take your card and you take your credit card and you swipe it and you owe the debt, right? And you don't get anything for it. Leverage is where you use your money and you invest in property that gives you a return. That's leverage. You can do it with stocks, you can do it with anything. But that's leverage. So what types of mortgages do we have that are available? We have, first of all, a regular conventional mortgage. Not the greatest for investing, but you can do a regular conventional mortgage, put 20% down, buy a property. You can do that really as many times as you want. You can do that as many times as you want. You can also do an FHA mortgage if it's your second home. So let's say you're buying a second home, it has to be at least 50 miles away from you. So that would be your second home, and you're buying that. The third type of loan, and the most common for investors, is called a DSCR. The greatest thing about a DSCR loan is you don't really have to qualify for it. If your credit score is 660 or above, your credit score is 660 or above, you qualify for this loan. And what qualifies the loan? The actual property. So let's say you're looking at a property and the property will give you $2,000 per month in rent. You now can get a loan where the payment is $2,000 or less. And it qualifies. So when they do the appraiser actually looks at it and says, it'll rent for this much, so that's the amount that we will lend to you, whatever the payment works out to be. And you can do that up to 10 times initially. You can do that on a single family, you can do it on a duplex, on a triplex, on a quadplex, on an apartment building. You can do a DSCR loan on just about anything. So that's the way to go. The third way is hard money. If you're going to buy something and flip it or buy something like that, hard money you can get. Hard money is super expensive. They charge you an origination fee, and then every 3 months they charge you another origination fee. So you want to avoid that if possible, but sometimes, it's a good way to do it. Of course, cash, and then there's creative financing, where you maybe take over their payment or you buy it subject to or whatever. We'll get into that later on details. One of the best things to do, and what we do often, is partner with others. So you can just get in a joint venture with a couple people and put your money in. You can do a syndicate if you really want to get fancy, or the simplest way is just to do a partnership. You create a partnership agreement, you create a corporation that the partners are members of, however, everyone throws in a little bit of money, and you just buy a property, buy another property, buy another property, buy another property. If you're interested in a partnership, give us a call. We love to partner with people, okay? And then finally, you have foreclosures. So if you do have cash, you can buy them a couple ways. First of all, you can buy them traditionally from an agent as an REO, real estate owner, where it's already foreclosed and the bank owns the property. The other way to do it is buy it in foreclosure auction. And then foreclosure auction, you literally go to the county, stand on the bid, and you have to pay cash. Not only do you have to pay cash, you have to have a deposit down already, and you've got to within 24 hours deliver a cashier's check to the county. So you got to have cash to do that, but it is by far the best way to do it. Another tricky way to do it is you can get a rental. I saw one on the golf course the other day. There's a rental, and basically I can rent this property long term, and then I can Airbnb it. So I get this rent, I rent it long term for $2,000, then I Airbnb it for $1,000 per week, and poof, I'm bringing in $4,000 and paying $2,000. I'm covering the difference. Of course, you got to have that in your rental agreement. It can be done, but call us. And there's a site out there. It's called AirDNA. Here's your tip of the day. AirDNA will tell you. You can put an address in. It'll tell you how much you can expect to get from an Airbnb rental. And finally, the most popular way that people do this when they have a little bit of cash is called the BRRRR. They buy, rehab, renovate, and rent and repeat. So it's buy, renovate, rehab, rent and repeat. BRRRR. B-R-R-R. B-R-R-R. Buy, renovate, rent, and repeat. So you use the DSCR loan. So for very little down, you use the DSCR loan. You buy a property, you rehab it, you then do it again and again and again and again. Or if you have cash, you buy a foreclosure, you rehab it, then you do a DSCR loan on it to get your cash out of it because you've increased the value, right? When you rehab it, you've increased the value, so now it rents, get the money out. You buy another foreclosure, then you rehab it, then you do a DSCR loan. Then you buy another one, then you buy another one, then you buy another one, then you buy another one. And you repeat, 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 repeat. And you keep doing it. So if you're interested in getting into an investment, give us a call. We can help you. We can help you from A to Z. If you're already a seasoned investor or you already have the money and you're confident, give us a call and we will do a DSCR loan for you as well. Our sister company, McBride Realty Group, will do a DSCR loan for you as well.
What's our phone number?
Our phone number is 386-241-0102.
Bye.
Bye.